This podcast is intended for adults 18 years and older. It contains explicit language and sexual situations. All thoughts and opinions expressed are of our own and not of those of any specific group, employer, or individual, and is not intended to take as professional advice.
Welcome to the Foreplay Podcast. Join the journey, experiences, and sexual adventures of two high school sweethearts navigating through the swinging lifestyle as millennials. Come along for the ride. Dare to play?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Foreplay Podcast. This is Bella.
This is Jase.
Today's episode is our highlights episode from the most recent Bliss Cruise, which was April 2026 Bliss Cruise on the Celebrity Silhouette. Highlights are just little tidbit stories, little funny things that happen during the vacation that we like to reminisce on.
It's one of my favorite things to do, just to go back and kind of think about all the fun moments. And what we do is throughout the cruise, we write down little things that happen. So some of the times we actually just what is that called, shorthanding? Like we'll just write random little words just to trigger a memory so that we can remember all these fun things. And so we're going to go through and just talk about, some of our very favorites.
We always like to start off with our meetup, our Foreplay meetup that we do for anybody who books with us. If you guys want to be part of the Foreplay crew and you're going on a future cruise, it is completely free to you. It helps us out a ton if you book your vacation through our links on our website at foreplay.com/cruise. And you get to be a part of this community that we've built on, before you get to be a part of an online community that we have beforehand. And then also on the ship, we host a couple activities, which is our meetup and our group dinner, and it's one of the things that is the most fun for us. It's always one of the biggest highlights because we're able to put a face to the support, and we're able to have a space for you guys to connect with each other and for us to connect with you. And we did a speed dating. We just saw everybody get to know each other. It was so fun. And then the next day we did a group dinner, and it was one of my favorite group dinners that we've had. And there was a couple, I don't know, a lot of the couples came from previous years, previous bookings before. And so everyone's just hanging out and talking to each other. I wish we had a huge, circular table almost, if we could, but it wouldn't.
There wouldn't have been a big enough circular. The circular table would have been so big you would have to yell across the table.
I know.
To actually talk to everybody.
We had to. Well, first we had one table over by the window, and then we were like, oh, this isn't gonna be enough. So then we took over one of the side ones, but then you can't really talk to the people at the end. But then we end up kind of switching around too, so everyone just kind of floats a little bit, and we stayed for a while.
It was
we stayed longer than we were supposed to, because then we were late to go do the playroom filming tour.
So. It was so worth it. It was so much fun, and so that's how these groups always are. Everyone, I'm so thankful that we are able to meet so many amazing people and see. I saw so many awesome connections throughout the cruise as well, of people continue to hang out days and days later, and just group of all the Foreplay people together. And it just brings me so much joy. And so, just every time, the groups are amazing.
And thank you guys if you guys were there and you guys have booked with us, or if you booked with us in the past. Thank you in advance if you're gonna book with us in the future. But for the group dinner, the way that we do it, we usually like to do it on the second night. We'd like to do these meetups earlier in the cruise, so you're able to make those friendships, make those connections, so you have them throughout the cruise. And it ended up that night too was the formal night. So we all show up to the buffet area dressed super nice, and then it was really cute because I think 3 or 4 couples had plans to go together right after the group dinner to have another group dinner in the formal dining. Because our dinner is pretty casual, because it's in the buffets. Some people don't want to eat a lot, but they just want to come hang out. And so people were just eating a tiny little bit of something, maybe got some ice cream, and then went and had their formal dinner. And that was so cute.
I actually have a highlight from the dinner. So I was sitting across from a guy, and I know he'll be listening to this, so I think he'll laugh at this. But we were talking, and he was sorry, he kind of I don't know exactly how he said it, but he kind of
Is it about my panties?
No.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say that one. Okay.
I don't know what his highlight is. He kind of looked twice, and he goes, sorry, I'm just not used to not hearing you at 1.5 times the speed.
That's so funny. He's like, why are you talking
You
so slow?
you so slow. What's wrong with you?
That's so funny.
I guess what was your one?
Well, I was wearing this dress that was pretty short and it kept riding up. Also, I think my tits kept popping out, but I was wearing nude bottoms, and then someone there was like, "Oh, I can see your pussy." And I was like, "You can?" I was like, "Is my lip popping out?" And I was like, "Oh no, these are my panties." So I guess I have like the perfect shade panties that matches my skin tone.
Like a true nude.
Yeah, a true nude. Because then the next day, I think it was the same person who asked if it was in 1.5 speed. And he asked me the next day, he was like, "Were you not wearing panties last night at dinner?" And I was like, "No." No, I was wearing panties, but yeah, whatever panty that was, it was like the perfect coloring.
Dude, that's so funny.
So next one, at the meetup, we had our meetup in this like open-ish, not really open area. It's like kind of to the side, but you could see the glass elevators. And we saw someone. Well, you saw them, right? You should say the what happened.
I saw this because they have glass elevators that go up the inside, and this guy looks down and kind of like waves and smiles, and then he holds up the number 4 and then makes an O with his hand and then starts like humping the air and saying 4-hour play.
It was so funny.
It really made me laugh. And then I saw him multiple more times throughout the cruise, and he just kept doing it because I told him, I was like,
every time we see each other, we're going to do that.
Yeah, I was like, that was you in the elevator that did the hand signal with the humping thing, right?
So that's from now on, that's our signal to anybody in the group, okay? If we see each other from across the way, it's a number 4. Oh, with 2 hands, yeah? Or was it 1 hand?
I can't
Or he
remember.
did it with 2 hands. It was like 4, so it was like 8.
Yeah.
4. And then it's up there.
It's so funny.
People have asked also if our name is 4-hour play or 4play. And it is 4play, but it is like a quadruple entendre. So it's 4play, 4-hour play, 4 people playing. So there's lots of different ways. But
Yeah, when we
technically
made
it's
it-
4play.
yeah, when
but
we
when
made
you're
it-
saying, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about like how to make it clever or whatever, and that's like what we came up with. And so I feel like I'm so
That
used to
still
being
works,
called
yeah.
both.
Yeah.
It's called 4play or 4-hour play like interchangeable all the time. So also I guess kind of goes along with the group thing and your panties. There was one couple, and so we gave out robes this time. And
in the goodie bag.
Yeah, and so we give out, I don't know if you said that earlier, we also like give out some little handmade goodies that we do with the people who book through us. And this time we did robes for the first time. And they're like these little, I mean, it's not silk, but it's that silkish material. I don't know what that's. Satin. And they only, like, they're a one size robe, right?
Yeah, each couple gets, 2, there's 2 robes in the bag.
Yeah. And one of the guys was like a really tall guy, like a very tall guy. And he told us that they put the robes on, and she's like, mine fit perfect. And then he said that when he wore his, only the tip of his penis poked out. Like, that's it.
But then we had another guy who said that he loved the robes, and it was perfect for him because it covered the end of the penis. So it's perfect for everyone. One size fits all. If a little bit of the dick sticks out, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, on a cruise, like, that's totally fine. Like, if you're going to the playroom, you're about to take it off anyway. So it's funny.
Because if you're wearing the, boxers or something, it'll be covered. You'll see a little bit of the box.
Yeah, I think it's funny. This one's not funny, but it's so sweet. That we were in the solarium one day in the pool, and this girl came over, and she said she had watched our videos, and then she told us that whenever
I think her husband watches the video, or maybe they both.
They both do.
Oh, okay,
but she's one, like, she said that whenever they have some other people who are some of their favorite creators on YouTube, they'll leave the videos, like they'll put them on when they go to sleep and leave the videos playing overnight, so that you get like AdSense from the video.
And the views.
Because like our channel's monetized, so like when ads run and stuff, like we get like little bits of revenue from that, and so they just play our videos over and over. And she was like, even if it's not much, it helps a little bit. I was like, that's literally one of the sweetest, kindest gestures I've ever heard anybody say.
It was so sweet.
And I just thought it was like such a highlight for me. I thought that was so sweet because it means so much, you know.
It's just a small thing to think about that it's like I've never thought about that before, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Okay, so I guess we'll also go to this because that story happened on the dance and play day. And so what dance and play is, there's 2 dance and plays. What dance and play is on this cruise they had them in the daytime and they're in the solarium. And there was a playroom in the solarium, and there would be a DJ playing music. There's just a ton of beds all around you, so you're allowed to go, fuck over there or kind of do whatever. And it's just a party and playing. Like, it's one of my favorite things. And also for me, I don't do too well in the sun, and I get burnt and stuff really easy. And so dance and plays when they're in the solarium is one of the few times that I feel like I can really enjoy like a pool party because I can get in the water, I can sit out, like I don't get worried about getting burned, and so it's really nice for me. So just in general, I find the dance and plays are a highlight every single time. Like I love going. So this particular dance and play, that was from the first day, and then the second dance and play was a wild experience, and it's a story time, and there will be a full story time that will come out about this story because I feel like it deserves its own story time and the whole mentality behind how this ended up happening. But
I feel like we need to preface that we don't usually ever play in playrooms. The last time we played in a playroom was a Temptation Cruise in like 22?
2 or 23. It's probably been at least 3 years since we played in a playroom. Now, I mean, we've done stuff where it's like, our friends do like these houses and stuff like that. We'll have like lots of like swinger friends come and hang out together and like they'll make like a playroom there. Like we played in places like that.
But that's like
But
pretty
it's
much
like a very
private,
curated like type group. Like not a true out in the open playroom. It's been probably 3 to 4 years.
And one time we went at Colette Dallas, there's a big round bed that is like an exhibitionist bed. And we tried to play in there one time and it was not for us. We're not exhibitionists. So that's like a big preface to the story.
Yeah. So I have this cruise crush that I've had for like a long time and just one of my biggest cruise crushes, and just always wanted to play with this girl.
And we've had times where we had it planned and it just never ended up working out.
Yeah. We've talked about it and like it's been talked about, but it's just never
like we knew we wanted to, but it just schedules never line up. But she's a big playroom girl.
Yeah, and we're not.
Yes.
And also, I feel like I see her in the daytime all the time, and I feel like it's so much more rare to see her at night.
Yes.
Like I see her at night, but just usually not as often as in the daytime.
Yeah, our schedules are just, we're not usually in the same area, even though we're friends and we always want to hang out, but it's not often that we cross paths.
Yeah. And so Bella had asked me one day, like earlier, because she was like, hey, if there was opportunity, would you want to in the playroom? Like if the opportunity arose with her specifically.
With Cruise Crush.
With
Mrs.
Cruise Crush.
Miss Cruise Crush.
And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I would.
Also, I do think that we should also say, Jase has this cruise crush, I had a cruise crush, and we had conversations about, they're almost like exceptions of things that we typically do, because we don't typically play in playrooms, but I brought it up because I was like, I know, she's one of your biggest cruise crushes, like, and I want to as well. Is that something that we would find, is that something that you would be interested in a playroom? And then on the flip side of that, we had talked about, so my cruise crush, well, it's a couple, and then we had a conversation where we were actually open to me playing separately with them at some point, and that's not something that we typically do either. And so I guess I don't really know where I'm going with this, but things change, like they ebb and flow throughout your lifestyle journey.
Yeah.
And so,
and I'm sure we'll get like super deep into it whenever we film that podcast. I think that will be interesting, but I do think that what you're saying is like a big factor to how it happened.
That we had like exceptions for things, but then they end up turning out a little bit differently than you think. And okay, now you can keep going with that.
Yeah. So essentially we're in the pool, and the first dance and play she was just doing stuff with her partner the first Dancing Play. And like, I mean, you just watch around, you see people everywhere, right?
And this is in the big open area. So
Yeah.
not just in one of the beds. This is
a group bed with
Yeah.
like 20 people.
There's like
but like not everyone's
6
obviously together. There's like
beds
6
put
beds,
together,
just people
yeah.
everywhere.
And there's people all over.
And the second day,
And it's in the daytime.
Yeah.
And it's lit, like
Yeah.
daylight.
Yeah.
Also, we don't usually ever play in the daytime.
yeah. And so we're in the pool, and my cruise crush is over there with people. And also there was another couple that we'd been into that we had been like flirty with that were also like, they were all like together. And then I don't remember if it was my idea or your idea, but someone was like, should we go over there? And I was like, I think we should. I'm like, fuck it, why not?
Also, all of our friends were in there, and they were like cheering us on
Like
to go.
encouraging
And I was
us.
like, I'm nervous. I never play out in the open. I don't know. And then you were like not as nervous as I thought you were gonna be. You were ready.
I was ready. I was like nervous, but it was like I said, the opportunity finally arose, and I was like, yeah. And if you guys have heard like our other podcasts recently, I feel like so much of my mentality has changed, where it's just like, I'm just like a fuck it, I'm gonna go for it type of thing now. Like,
Yeah,
really like ball in your own court. Like, what's the worst thing that happens?
Yeah.
And like that was my mindset, and so it happened.
We go over to like wash off. I'm like, okay, we'll do it. Let's go. And then so we go over. We go to shower, and I'm like, damn, you're already hard.
I was ready.
But yeah, we went over there and we played out in the open, and
Mm-hmm.
it was. We talked about it afterwards, and we were like, you know what? We would do it again. It wasn't like what we thought it was going to be. It was pretty fun. I don't know if we would be an exhibitionist, like out in the very, very open. I don't know if that's necessarily our thing.
Yeah.
But we would go into one of the private beds. And
Yeah.
before that experience, that was something that we were more closed off to.
Yeah. And I feel like for me, I was so nervous, so I feel like watched and stuff, because like that's what makes me feel like anxious about playrooms and stuff. But once I was there in the moment, I just feel like I was so like enjoying what was going on that
You're
I
not
didn't
really
really
paying attention,
I wasn't
yeah.
thinking about anybody else. Like I was thinking about like what I was doing and what you were doing and like all of that. So I said there'll be a full story time about all of that, like the feelings behind it and everything, because I think it is really interesting. But then we went back over. All of our friends were like cheering and clapping, and they were like so happy. And literally one of the friends, like, because I saw her one time, I looked up and I saw one of them, and she like smiled at me. And when I came back over, she was like laughing, and she was like, did you guys hear us? And we're like, no. And she's like, yeah, as soon as you stuck it in, I started cheering.
If I would have heard that and looked over, I would have lost it.
I would have lost it too. So I'm glad I didn't hear her. But it was a really fun time, and so much cool stuff was like on the opposite side of like where that nervousness is, because like Bella said, like the experience, it was really great. It was really fun, but also just the change in mentality. But like, you know what? I'd be more open, because there is like this sexiness to a dance and play where you're like right there. It's so easy just to go, you know, and so.
And a lot of people you're already in little to no clothing.
It's so
you're
easy to flirt in there. Yeah.
You're in the pool. You're kind of like touching people already. You're making out in the pool. Like it is really easy to make that segue into playing.
Mm-hmm.
And they have it at night. This cruise they didn't, but previous cruises they had it in like the normal dance club.
It depends where like the playroom is and how big it is, if they can facilitate like a dance and play or not. But they're really fun. So if you're going to Bliss, I would definitely recommend doing a dance and play. But it was a great time, and it was a real highlight. And yeah, the whole thing, like the friends afterwards and the whole encouragement before, like all of it just like made for like a really like good memory, and the experience was fun. So
yeah.
So there you go.
Be open to things that you might think aren't. And I think like that's why I brought it up earlier too, because we wouldn't have really thought about that had it not been with somebody that was like a huge cruise crush, you know? So it's like we will probably take those things and not take those learning things and change it into the way where it's not, okay, well, maybe we should try it and not have to wait for it to be this like really huge cruise crash, if that makes sense what I'm saying. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so. And so, and that's one of the big highlights. Another, I mean, there's so many big highlights, but that's one of them for me. Another one is the Cozumel excursion.
Oh my gosh, the Cozumel excursion was so fun.
It was such a great day. Like, so we took this bus and it takes you to this beach and it's a full like Bliss takeover, so you can be nude in the ocean. They had food. The food was so good. They had like tacos and they had these like bowls of just, they had like different meats, all the kind of same taco stuff, but in a bowl with like rice. They had hamburgers, hot dogs, you wanted that. The drinks were included. You could go out into the ocean. Oh my God. It was one of my favorite excursions, probably my favorite excursion on a lifestyle trip ever.
Yeah, we had so much fun. They had water shoes that you could rent. They had, or that was included. They also had kayaks that you could get. There was paddle boarding. So there was snorkeling. There were so many. They had massages. Those weren't included. Like you did have to pay extra for those. But the fact that it was just there was really fun. And
but the food and drink was included.
Yeah, food and drinks were included. Our friends who don't usually drink that much, they were having a lot of fun.
Yeah. It was a really good time. It was, I said, probably my favorite excursion ever. Like when I think back about that cruise, I feel like the first thing I think about is the Cozumel excursion.
Yeah. One of the nights there was a country night, and was this the country hoedown night or no? Mm-hmm. Oh, it was. Okay. So there was a country hoedown theme night, and they also had a country club, but they had country club throughout the cruise too. But it was this specific night that was so fun because we went out to the Sunset Bar, which is where they did the country music night.
That night.
Yeah,
anyway.
that specific night. But they had country music playing in the main party too because that was the theme. But this was specifically only country music. And it was actually pretty empty. There weren't that many people there, but we had so much fun. This was really funny because Jase was dancing to some song, and you and our other friend were dancing together. And then because I was sitting and I look over and you guys are two-step isn't the right term, but you were spinning around.
I don't know what I was doing. It was so fun.
You were like grabbed onto her boob because she was only wearing pasties, and I think that you did like. It was on accident. I mean, we're friends, so it's like not a big deal or anything. But you were spinning instead of holding on to like the arm.
I was trying to grab her, like her side. I don't know what you call it, like above your hip, like your side.
I think you were a little bit too far away from each other, and so then the hand was just like on her tit.
And it was so funny.
It was so funny
because I was just trying, because I feel like you spin someone around their weight, like your hip, your waist area, and when you're spinning. I'm not good at like dancing like that. I was just having fun, and so I tried to grab her waist. I just didn't.
It's so higher up, but it was like
we were spinning.
Right in the front, like
we were spinning.
It was so funny. I was laughing sitting there, and then me and her husband, we were kind of over there, and we were like, I think we married the same person.
Well, because at that time, like me and her were the only ones dancing.
Yeah, it was just you two. It was really cute.
And then Glow Night was also
but then also that same night, so we also couldn't find like our group of friends that night. Oh, because that
wasn't country night. They did the country on EDM. That story. So they did a country night that was really fun.
Yeah, it was a different night.
The next night was when that story happened.
Yeah, it was fetish night.
And they did country out of EDM. Yeah.
So fetish night was the night that I was talking about.
But they were playing country music out there on fetish night. Yeah.
And then, so we couldn't find our friends that day. We found out it was because everyone got too fucked up at Cozumel, having too much fun at Cozumel. Because that night was really strange, because we even went into the playrooms at midnight, and typically the playrooms are very busy, like pretty full from midnight to 1:30, and we walked in and it was maybe 25% full. Yeah. The huge bed area, there was like one couple on one of the huge beds, so we were like, what is going on? And the main party was pretty empty for what we could for what it usually is. And yeah, it was because of everyone having too much fun at Cozumel. But so we spent a lot of time, just us that night, just kind of running around. And then we were listening to the country music. And that's when Jase did your little boob twirl. And there was...
Which is a great move if you were like trying to do it,
There were these cabana little bed things right next to the Sunset Bar. And so the rooms had these binoculars in them. And we actually brought our own binoculars because I wanted to look at the moon and the stars in the ocean. Because, there's not much light pollution, and I thought that you'd be able to see it really well. So Jase goes and he gets both binoculars, and then we just lay there on this little cabana listening to country music, looking at the stars and looking at the moon. And I've never really looked at the moon quite like that before, and being able to see all the craters and stuff, and I just like got emotional. And I always make things, I romanticize things quite a bit. But so we're moving back to our hometown in Oklahoma soon, and
we're actually in the middle, like when this podcast comes out,
we'll be in our house.
This comes out next week, will be like, actually the day that this comes out, I think we're going to like be seeing, it's like the day before it's finished is like when this podcast will come out. And so it's
we're moving into our first house, and first time homeowners, like new build and everything, so we're really, really excited. And just listening to country music, I was like, I feel like we're getting back to our roots. I mean, we've been together since we were 15 years old. We've known each other since we were 9 and 10. And we never thought we'd move back to Oklahoma, but it feels right. And so I just looking at the moon and just like seeing what our life is now, and what we do, and the community that we have, and the community that we're a part of,
what we get to do for a job,
and
the support that we have to be able to do that job.
I just felt so emotional, and I love space, and I love the moon, and all that. So I was like, ooh, I was like crying. I cried when you left, because I was just thinking about it all, and then we got to it. Oh, and then we requested, because the country place is like the one place where you can request songs, and there's usually not that many people there, so they will play your songs quick. And so we requested "You Proof," Morgan Wallen, and what was the other one?
Post Malone song.
Oh, I Had Some Help. Jase like went and asked. He went to sit down, and literally they played it. And so we went on. We just like danced together, and it was so fun and so cute.
When I think back on the cruise, the three things I think about, the first like three things, the three things I think about the most are that night with the moon, the whole dance and play day, that whole like time the dance and play, and then Cozumel. Those are like the three things I feel like are like the biggest like memories. Like, I mean, obviously the group always like sticks with me, but like as three specific like things, those are like the three things I feel like that like stick in my head the most. Also, as far as like theme nights go, Glow Night was so much fun. It was outside, the weather felt perfect that night, and I loved Glow Night. I got flogged for the first time.
Oh yeah, out on the dance floor.
Yeah, one of our friends from the dungeon.
Well, you've been flogged before, but not quite like that.
Yeah, they were like, would you want to try it? I was like, yeah, why not? It was awesome. That was super cool. Yeah, that was super cool. But Glow Night itself was just like so much fun. I feel like Glow Night's always fun, but something just really felt fun. We had some other friends, and we were like melting ice on each other.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I don't know, just making out with people and dancing, and it was such a good Glow Night.
They were giving out these glasses that almost had made these rainbow lights, and it was really cool. And I want to buy, because they were paper glasses, and when you looked up at immediately when I put them on, I looked at the moon, and it just has these rainbow fragments coming off of it, and I had this light up fan that a 4-player gave us on the Last Temptation cruise. So we had that, and it glows, so it's a LED like light up fan, and when you look at it, it looked crazy. And so I want to buy the glasses that are actually just plastic ones that I can just keep on my head and take, put them on, take them off, because the paper ones, they'd fall off your face and stuff. But Jase put them on, and he took them off. He was like, wait, I think I feel sober now completely.
Yeah, I had like a tiny bit of a buzz.
Yeah.
I was like, this is so cool. I put those on. I was like, whoa, this is really crazy. I took them off. I was like, what the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck? Also that same night, so there's like more of those like cabana things over kind of by where the party was. And we were sitting over there, and Lacey from like Swing Nation Lacey came over, and like
we were laying together like talking about something.
And then she came over. And
no, me and her were together. Oh wait, no, that was a different
multiple
night.
times.
Okay, yeah.
Like, she came over one time and like stopped and talked. Like, she would go to the restroom, and when she'd come back, I swear we were sitting there, and she would like stop and talk to us for a few minutes on this little cabana thing. And then she would leave again. And then one time I left to go to the bathroom and she was there with you. And when I came back, she stood up and she pointed, she goes, she's trying to fuck me. And then she just ran off. And I don't know why I found it so funny. But like the way she did it, I don't know, it was just really funny.
We got to spend a lot more time with them this time on this cruise. And I would say that was one of the highlights too.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Being able to talk to people like creators who are in the same space, in the same niche. It's kind of a more rare connection, I think, that you have, just because you're able to relate to certain things on like, different levels. And there's not, that many creators in the lifestyle space. And we all started this like at the same exact time.
We've known them for 5 years or something. I feel like, but our lives are always both going 90 miles an hour, and we're both always so busy that I feel like we rarely have time to just like sit and talk. And we got to do that a couple different nights this cruise, and I feel like that was really, really nice.
Yeah, and we'll see them on at Naughty, I think is the next time we'll see them. And they invited us to go to Electric Pleasures.
I think that's what it's called, yeah.
Yeah, and so I think sometime with the move and everything, it's too much right now, but we'd love to experience something like that sometime.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by us, Bella and Jase. If you're going on a vacation, or maybe you have a gift that you want to give your other lifestyle friends and you're looking for lifestyle clothing, we have the best apparel on the market for you. We have not only clothing, bikinis, swimsuits, we have backpacks, tumblers, cups, anything that you can name, we probably have it. You can find that at foreplay.com/shop.
Let's say you're at a party, you're going on vacation, things are moving a little bit slow. Maybe you want some conversation to flow. Maybe you want to move stuff towards play. Well, we have the perfect game for you. It's called Foreplay the Game. It is a digital and physical lifestyle icebreaker game, and you can find out all about it at foreplay.com/games. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com/games.
If you don't have a lifestyle vacation planned, a resort or a cruise planned, why not? You can join us. You can find that at foreplay.com/playcation. We have not only information about the events and trips that we'll be on this year, but also other options for you as well. And it doesn't cost any extra for you to book through our links, but helps us a lot, helps us continue to be able to make this type of content for you. Now back to the show.
So one of the days we were talking to one of our friends that we had played with, and it was the first time that we had played with them, and she looked at me, and she has red hair too, and she said, "Hey, you know what? Yesterday you took my ginger virginity." I just started laughing, and she was like, I was like, "Well, you've never been with a redhead?" She goes, "Well, not a guy." And then we hugged each other, and it was really cute. And another one of our friends, I was talking to him, and we were talking about his experiences we had. And I told him we'd like played a couple different times. And then he asked me if me and her got our souls back for fucking each other. And I thought that was really funny. And then when I told Bella that story for the first time, she started dying laughing.
I'm dying laughing
and then
now.
I said, "Yeah, I made a deal with the devil and I got my soul back." So I guess that's it.
Also, I heard that on one of the takeover days, I don't remember which day it was, but apparently there was a foreplay redheaded orgy out over there.
Yeah, I don't know. Redheads are making a resurgence.
I know.
But I need to tell the girl that I took her ginger virginity about the story that we both got our souls back, because I don't know if she's aware that she got it back either.
She's like, "Oh, that's what it was."
I
felt something. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know it was my soul.
You have one now.
You're like, "You're welcome."
You're welcome. Thanks too. Like, for giving me mine too. Oh, that's so funny. Another one that I guess
because you've already had with a redhead before, so you got your soul back a while ago. No,
I don't know if I lost it again. I don't know.
No, say now, because so it really is. You're welcome.
That's so stupid. It's
Maybe
so funny
it goes away every time.
It's so funny to me.
Maybe every time you fuck someone that's not a redhead, you lose it again.
Oh, fuck. I'm out of soul again.
You gotta go fuck her.
I guess I gotta go fuck her again. I have no other choice. Oh, another one that kind of revolves around that.
Kind of, but not even really.
We were
but
in
yeah.
the dance and play that first day. And we were talking to a couple that we met them like on another Bliss cruise in the past. And this guy came up and legitimately asked if me and the other husband were brothers.
Yeah.
But he said, "Hey, are you guys like related?" Okay. And then he asked if we were brothers.
And they don't look alike.
We don't look alike at all.
Like, yeah, not at all.
Like,
he has
besides
like blue eyes.
we're white,
Yeah.
is the only thing that looks alike, like whatsoever. Like nothing looks. But his wife and me, after we looked at each other, we realized that we kind of do look a little bit similar.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, other people also started saying that we actually looked similar. One of our friends looked like the last night, it was like 60s night, we both had pink tinted glasses on, and one of our friends goes, "You guys look like siblings, it's fucking weird."
Yeah, it was Aaron.
Yeah. She's kind of like me and will run with the bit like 20 times. I swear it's like actually legitimately 20 times.
No, I think it's every single time you guys saw each other. She's like, "It's my brother."
No, but I'd be talking to somebody and she would
true.
come up behind me and goes, "Did you guys know this is my brother?" And then usually she would just leave and I'd have to explain that we're not actually siblings because we look enough alike that it's believable.
And when you guys came out, both wearing, because you were not planning on wearing those pink tinted sunglasses.
That was the one that really like made us like, ugh. This is a little familial, huh? Like,
it was so funny. I took a picture of them kissing.
The day before we had fucked for the first time.
Yeah.
And I literally
it was that day.
No,
right?
it was the day before.
Oh yeah, because yeah.
But literally, like, and we just kept making these horrible jokes, and I was like, I don't remember why I said I was like pretty good for the first time fucking my sister. Like, I don't know, something so stupid. I mean, like, we just both thought it was the funniest thing.
It was so funny.
I was like, I don't know. It was the amount of incest jokes, and it was funny though.
You guys do look alike.
We do look alike.
But she doesn't have red hair.
No, but it's like the complexion, and like her hair's like, I mean, it's like a dirty-ish, like strawberry blondish. Like there's like, she looks like I had more red hair when I was younger. She looks like she could have had redder hair when she was younger, and it changes. Just like my hair's darker now, like her hair looks like a lighter, but our complexion and like the freckles and like our faces.
And we kept saying, me and her husband kept saying that we're in-laws.
Yeah, it was.
I know she was my sister-in-law.
Yeah, and I don't think that's. And she put in Bella, like when we got her phone number, she put Bella's sister.
No, she put her name, Jase, in parentheses, Jase's sister. And then she put the picture of them kissing. Did you say that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that, but that's what she did as the contact photo. So that was pretty fun. This is another one. We were out at the Cozumel day, and you were like, so Bella likes to get naked in the ocean and just float.
Oh, I love floating.
And
naked in the ocean.
Naked in the ocean. You were just floating. And this other couple, they were like, she jumped onto her husband's back. She jumped onto his stomach, and they were like kissing, and like I went up behind her and like grabbed her from the back and like started like kind of like humping her while he did the same.
Emily and Darren?
Yeah. Like while he did the same thing, so we were just like sandwiching her in the ocean while she was just like, I don't know what the position. It would have been like, I guess, DP or something would have been like the position while she was standing, and then we were doing it really loud, and like we thought you were gonna look over and laugh, and then you were just sitting there in the ocean just floating
with my boobs out.
Yeah,
but I kept hearing, because I'm under the, my head is in the water, so I can like barely hear what's going on, but I kept hearing something about my boobs. And so I guess my boobs were just
they looked awesome.
Like, were like the nipples? Like, how much of it is floating out? Like, all the whole thing?
Half your boob and
nice.
your nipples. And also that day, we were sitting in the ocean, and then these people had these inflatables. And they were an inflatable, but Bella was like, how do they pack those?
Listen! It was one of those fancy inflatables. When you go to Costco and you see those inflatables that are not actually, like, they're not inflatable, they're like floaty things. Then they don't look like inflatables. They were like, we deflated, we blew it up when we got here. And I was like, oh! But it looked like the ones that are not. So
like
that's
more
why,
foam or something?
Yeah, that's why I was like, how did you pack those? But you guys wouldn't let it go.
Because it was funny.
Like, all day. Even, like, Darren, like, the next day, he was like, how'd they get those in there?
Yeah, and then we were at the airport, and one of our friends texted us something about inflatables. Like, it's literally so funny because like when you think about it, there's obviously no way they could possibly get an inflatable in, like with how big it was, into a luggage. Like there's no luggage that could fit one that big, and it was really funny.
Speaking of the airport, so whenever we leave the cruise, we'll go to the airport and then we'll make a bet of how many people that we'll know or that we saw on the cruise at the airport. And we actually only saw one couple this time at the airport, but it was so funny because we were walking and
No, we saw two.
oh, we did.
Yeah, because my bet was 2. I did an over
that's
under, and I
right.
said 2, and we'd only seen one. In the end, when we were going to our gate, that's when we saw the second couple.
Oh yeah, but the one couple that we saw. Oh wait. Oh, we saw someone before. So we saw Smalley and Bubbles, and we were walking, and they were like in a lounge area. They were like on the like a top. Like, it was like windows, and they were. I don't even know how you saw them, but she was like jumping up.
Well, because
like,
they were
waving
jumping,
her
and
hands.
I
But
eventually
they're
looked
so high up.
I don't know, because I was just looking around at what's going on.
I'm surprised you saw them. But you were like, look at Smalley and Bubbles. I was like, oh my gosh, hi. It was so funny. It was funny to see them like cover up like that.
You know what's
was
funny
Smalley the one, or was Bubbles the one who said the thing
about getting our soul back. Yeah, Bubble said that. About us both getting our souls back.
Also, they gave me another bubble gun because they're the ones who gave me this bubble gun on a previous cruise that had like. He gave me these bracelets that say Bella's Bubble Blaster, and it's connected to this like light up rope, and I bring it on every cruise. And the last one, it broke, but I thought maybe we fixed it, so I brought it again this time. I plug it in, or well, like I put the batteries in. I even bring like a little screw to do it all. And unfortunately, it was broken. And I was like, oh man, because I was like planning on bringing it out for Glow Night, and then I told them, and then Smalley gave me another one. She was like, you can have this one. And I have like three bubble blasters that they gave us. Actually, with Jase, found the first one that they gave us while we're moving, and he's like, I'm gonna leave it out because it's going to bring her so much serotonin and joy to just randomly go in there and just like put bubbles, because moving is so stressful. But honestly, every single time Jase comes in with that bubble blaster, I get so happy.
Yeah,
it's like
it's also what's
so
coming
much dopamine.
talking about these sexy ass stories, and like I look around and it's just tubs and trash bags, and it just looks awful in our house right now. But you know, also what's funny is I thought you were going to say the story because you were talking about, I don't know how we got on the story of going to the airport. I thought you were going to talk about the Uber driver. We had an Uber driver on the way to the airport, and she said something, and then she started talking about how there was a gynecologist convention, and that they had to go, and it was like at the Villages, which is this community, like this retirement community in Florida, and supposedly there's like a lot of STIs there or something, and supposedly it's because it's swingers. I don't think any of this is based on any fact, but that's what the rumor is. And Bella was like joking around. She's like, because this lady was going off. She's like, I probably shouldn't say this, but this lady was really going off on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, she was going on many tangents.
It was an interesting,
very interesting ride.
Give her 5 stars, but I don't think the conversation was a 5-star conversation. And yeah, she got onto the gynecologist and all the stuff going on and the STIs, and Bella was like, the problem's all those swingers, huh? And she was like, yeah. And
no, I didn't say the problem. I said, oh, I heard that there were swingers there.
I think you said there, like, that's
Did
like,
I say that?
I think
was I
it was
joking?
the problem because it was like a joke, and then she started like saying, she was like, yeah, and then me and you were just looking at each other like cracking up. Oh,
but it's like not the swingers that,
no,
because in retirement homes, like STDs are actually like an issue there, but
because they're not swingers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think it's the swinging population that's causing those issues at all. We're about to move into this house, and I was like, do you think one day we're gonna actually retire in Florida and move to the Villages?
And I said, no, caliente.
Like a group of our friends, like I can just see us all just being neighbors next to each other
so
when
fun.
we're like, 7,
yeah,
65.
then we all take the same plane to Bliss Cruise.
Exactly. We wouldn't need to take a plane. We take
we
the
could
same
drive.
shuttle.
Yeah.
We get a limo.
Yeah, that'd be so funny.
This is such a cute little story. Okay, so I make these little crochet pineapple bag charms, and I don't give them out I used to give them out kind of more like freely, but I don't give them out very often. So now I'm like making them for like specific people to give them out, and I made one for a couple. Well, I always make it for the girls because I don't really think the guys care about them, so I only give them out to girls. And I went over during, it was the last day, and there was a little pool party going on, and I saw her over there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I saw her. And so then I went over to give her this little crochet pineapple. And she is actually a 4-player, and they've booked with us. They booked with us a couple times now. And I was like, I want to give you this. And I gave her the little pineapple bag charm. It's a little upside down pineapple. And she was like, oh my gosh, this is the reason why I'm here. And I was like, what? And I thought she was joking, because I know that she like has seen the pineapple before. I thought she was just saying that she was like on the cruise to get this pineapple. And so I thought she was joking. She was like, no, really, this is why I'm here. And I was like, what are you talking about? And so then she said, I was on Instagram or TikTok or somewhere, because we post our stuff literally everywhere. And then she's like, and I saw you make this pineapple thing, and I wanted to learn how to make it. And then I went to your page, and then I saw things about spicy cruises, and then I got onto that, and then that's literally how we found out about it, and that's why we're here. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so full circle. And we were actually sitting there with Mike and Lily, and Mike and Lily are, well, I was, because I think you weren't even there. Like, you were talking to somebody else.
I feel like that's such a common thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm always just talking to somebody else.
But yeah, I was over there with them, and Mike and Lily were there. And Mike and Lily are the Bliss Cruise ambassadors, and they've worked with Bliss Cruise literally, I think, since the beginning. They like got married on Bliss Cruise. So they've been with Bliss Cruise for a long time. And so then, I don't know, I just had like a really cute, like fun, like special moment. Like, it was just full circle, I was like, oh. And that's like one of my favorite stories, I think, I've ever, like,
it's really
ever.
A cute story.
Like,
it's a really cute
so
story.
sweet. And just like how crochet, something so like I'm literally crocheting right now as I'm recording this, but a activity as wholesome as crochet, like bringing someone into this, like this community and this lifestyle where we do also very wholesome things, but also very not wholesome things regarding holes. Mm-hmm. So it's just so fun and cute. And then I've met like so many people who started crocheting because they saw me crochet their outfits and stuff, which I love. And I started crocheting because we have a friend who I saw her crochet some outfits before, and we met her in the lifestyle years ago. And so I saw it, and I was like, that's so cool. And so I wanted to get into crochet. I saw her do it, and then I saw a creator who does shibari, and she was crocheting, and I was like, I gotta get doing that. And so I'm literally crocheting because of the lifestyle. Although I was already in the lifestyle, but still.
Also, this couple, we should talk about this too, because I had it written down, but we hadn't got to it yet. They gave us these really cool 3D printed gifts.
Yes.
So they gave us 2 different ones, and the first one.
Well, last time they gave us these
coasters
that have the 4-play logo on it. Yeah, and Band-Aids that I actually still have in my bag that I bring everywhere.
I
like
still
on
have the coaster that I use.
Yeah, and the coasters
every day.
We use every day. I'm literally using it right now. But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, so they're like, you have to open this bag first, and you pull out this 3D printed like a bust, but it's of a bust. And what's so funny about this is I have talked about for years how much I want a bust of a bust, because I think it's so funny. And they don't know that story. I don't think I've ever really said that story out loud. Like, I just have always thought that's really funny. And so it's a bust. It looks like a column, like a Roman column. And then there's just this.
The prettiest boobs.
Yeah, I asked who it was based off of because I needed to meet her.
Yeah. Or at least go look at her picture.
Yeah, and it was...
follow her on Instagram.
Yeah, oh my god, it's so fun. And then they also took a picture of us from like Instagram and then 3D printed us as like a model. And it's so cool.
And they put the bust file in our VIP Discord. So anybody
I want to print a massive one. I want like
a huge one,
as you walk in the house, I want to be like...
Oh my god.
Like an entrance. Like, people have lions. I just want a bust of a bust.
The one that they gave us currently in our bathroom.
Yeah.
But I am getting a 3D printer when in June or July. I think Bamboo has their sale going, like their annual sale, so I'm planning on getting a printer then. But I asked if he could put the file in there, and so anybody else so we have a VIP Discord for anybody who's booked with us. That's like where our online community is, and so he put it in there. So I'm excited to go figure it out. That's like the first thing I print. Can you imagine? That's so on brand.
So people give us some other really cool stuff too. Like this guy brought these Sailor Moon cards.
He
was
oh
from
my
our
gosh, that
group.
was
It was
so
so sweet.
He said that he was like, well, these are my sisters, and she was gonna get rid of them, and they're these vintage like Sailor Moon trading cards that I used to have as a kid, and it just brought back so much nostalgia, and it was so cute. I'm gonna use them as like little bookmarks or something.
Yeah, and then someone gave us a pineapple magnet, and this other person had this little bag you could choose these things out of, and
It was
and,
like a blind
yeah,
bag.
And when you picked one out, she's like, "Ooh, that's a good one," and it was this 3D printed egg, and when you unscrewed the lid, it was a miniature dinosaur that had their SDC name written on it.
But the dinosaur was a dildo dinosaur.
It was like a
it had
Digosaurus.
yeah,
It had like a dick head. It was awesome.
It was funny.
So we got some really like I said, people are always so sweet to like bring us things.
Yeah, and you guys do not ever have to bring us things.
But we're always like so appreciative like whenever people do, and so that was a highlight in itself. Ooh, another highlight was the bikini contest. I feel like the bikini contest is just getting better and better with time. And so if you don't know, Bliss does a bikini contest. Anybody can enter, and they just do different rounds. In the first round, like a bunch of people walk out, just kind of do whatever makes you feel good and sexy, and it's so fun to watch what people do differently. And there's multiple rounds where you like answer questions if you make it further, then crowd applause. But the girl who won was on roller skates. And
Literally
it was
came out on roller skates.
awesome. She was like roller skating around. She like roller skated into the splits and did all these. Oh, she's such a star.
She is. She was on a different Bliss cruise too, and she was just as incredible. Like she was incredible in the first one, and even what I love about it is if you're gonna come back and try again, like do it again and then win again, at least like she won because she really deserved it, because she changed up everything from the first time that she won. And yeah, roller skates, that's incredible. Roller skating into the split and then like fucking twerking in a split and roller skates, are you joking? That's so cool. She's so cool, and she has this aura of like Beyonce or something. Like literally she's like a star. It is I haven't even met her. I need to meet her, introduce myself. I was like, girl, you're beautiful, incredible, amazing, everything good is you. And
Yeah.
I shouldn't be in your presence. Just kidding.
They also had a lube wrestling, which was super fun.
Oh, our friend made it pretty far.
Yeah.
One of our friends made it pretty far in the lube. Oh, and then our other friend was in the lube wrestling too. With she was in the exhibition lube wrestling.
Yeah.
With a guy. It was 2 girls and a guy, and she was like holding him in a headlock, and then the other girl went and like took both of his socks off. I also didn't know that until Jase corrected me, because I thought that it was an exhibitionist round, and he was like, because they weren't part of winning, right? Is that what that is? If it's an exhibition, like you can't win the prize. Yeah, I thought that this whole time I thought it was exhibitionist round.
Yeah, it's an exhibition. But like, I mean, I think it still comes from the same thing, right? You're putting on a show. Like, I think it's still from the same base word, but it's not called an exhibitionist event.
Yeah, because I really thought that's what it was called the whole time. But is exhibitionist literally only sexual? Right? And now that I'm thinking about it, like maybe it's only sexual.
Maybe technically. I mean, I guess if you're part of the putting on the show, maybe you're doing an exhibitionist thing. I think it's generally associated with sex, though. An exhibition is just like the show.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Oh, and then with that though, it was so funny because the lube wrestling is in this inflatable pool that they bring out, and it's not like a big pool; it's like a kind of small, right? And it's clear, except for the very top part is not clear, but everywhere else is clear. And then this one contestant, she was wearing a strap on, and the dick was big, and then she won her round, and then she was tired, so she was laying down, and then you could just see the dick like standing straight up, but you could only see the tip because we were on the very first like floor, or like the ground floor, and so you're seeing her, she's laying down, and like just the tip of the dick is like sticking out outside of the pool, and it was so funny.
There was also some really fun, like there's always really fun doors, but there was like 3 in my head that really stuck out to me this time. So there was one that they had a Polaroid camera, which we've seen people do before. I think it's really cool, especially because like you'll see the pictures people leave. Some people like it's tits out, or like there's ones like people are fucking, which I'm sure is like from maybe the people who are behind that door. And then these people had like 10 to 15 different dildos stuck
Yeah.
onto their, like, not
Door?
the door, but like the wall next to it. And there was like a sign about pointing to which one was your favorite. You could like write down which dildo was your favorite. It was a really, really fun door.
That was a fun interactive.
There was another door that like it just made me laugh and like I love it. So we were walking and you see on the door all of these like sharing is caring, all these pineapples.
Yeah.
And then on the wall, and it's like it was like kind of the ways that these doors worked. They went in, and so your door opened, but you could also decorate the wall next to you, and it wasn't in the hallway. So you're kind of able to decorate your door plus your side wall.
Yeah.
And you have all these pineapples, all this swinger stuff, and then a Gilmore Girls flag.
It was so random.
It
Yeah,
was
just
so random. It's just a Gilmore Girls flag.
But it was like just like Rory and her mom and Lorelai.
And it just said Gilmore Girls.
Who was that?
I don't know.
It's so funny.
I want to know
think
who
it's
it
so
was.
Funny.
I think it's so funny too. Like, I love it. Like, I mean, that's just your thing. Go for it. It's
And
just,
I love Gilmore Girls.
me too. So it was just so funny though.
It's so like random. And I don't know what it is about it. The fact that it's Gilmore Girls. So like it could be any other show. But for the fact that it's like if it was The Office, like it would be like kind of funny, but Gilmore
Something
Girls?
about Gilmore Girls, just the mom and daughter.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but and then there was another door, and these people from Australia, and they brought miniature Vegemites, and left them, and well, they're not very many people had taken them, because there's still a lot in there. But Vegemite toast is like one of my favorite breakfast foods of all time. Like I love Vegemite so much, and so I took one, and the next day I had Vegemite toast for breakfast, and it made me so happy. So, on the small off chance that the Australians that had those Vegemites out on your door, please keep doing that.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing that, because there's some of us Americans that actually really like it. Not many, but some.
Speaking of international breakfast foods, so our friends Emily and Darren, they're from the UK, and they brought us baked beans because they brought more baked beans for other friends too, and then we ended up not staying at the same house as them before the cruise, and so they gave it to us on the cruise. So we had this like can of English baked beans, and then just the other day we made an English English breakfast.
Yeah. And
With
they
beans and toast.
guys, if you guys want to listen to some good podcast stuff with some also amazing accents, them and another couple have a podcast called Beyond Vanilla, which is super fun, and
it's also a lifestyle cruise.
It's also the lifestyle
podcast. Yes.
Yeah, so
and we love them.
yeah.
Literally, like some of our favorite people,
Yeah.
like on the planet. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun with them. That's another highlight too. One of the nights, it was the night that we couldn't find everybody. Oh, because everyone was having too much fun at Cozumel, and then we went to go eat because we were like, well, everyone seems like they're asleep, so let's just go get food. And then we happened to see them, and Jase was like, that's Emily and Darren. So then we brought them over, and we were having so much fun sitting there talking at late night buffet, like crying, laughing at whatever the fuck. Like I don't even know what we were talking about, but that was such a fun memory.
it was such a fun memory. He couldn't wear his theme outfit because he was too sunburned.
That's right.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh. And then we went and took some pictures, and because she had like the cutest fetish night outfit like I'd ever seen. She looked so good. I mean, Darren looked good too.
In his not theme outfit.
Yeah. But her outfit, she had these like lace long, these like fairy sleeves and these spikes, and she just looks so hot and she looks so cool. She's so awesome.
She always looks hot and
She
cool.
does. She has like and like randomly, we were always, one time we came on the cruise and we had the same
Twice.
exact nails. Oh, twice. Well, the first time we had the same style but different colors, and it was like the king. And this is before I even knew her. So the first time we met was in November 24, and we had the same nails. And then the next April cruise, we came and we had the same nails again. And we did not plan this. Like, we just happened to show up with the same, and I do my own nails. And so it was crazy. Like, and it was like a specific nail design too. It's not just like, oh, like we both have French almond tips. No, it was like tropical, different, like the same exact colors and everything. And the other one was like a kink design. Like, what the fuck? And then this time her and Darren were both cows, and I was a cow. And then on the 6th for the country hoedown night, and then on the flower power night, we were all mushrooms. And we were not planning that at all. That was crazy. But actually, a lot of people were cows that one night. There was like 3 other couples that were cows. Crazy.
Also, this cruise, we did the fetish dinner for the first time. And basically what the fetish dinner is in one of the formal, or what's that called? The specialty restaurants. The people from the dungeon bring in all this different stuff. They have all their equipment. They do like shibari suspensions. And then you get, the food menu is changed. So it's the same food that like this time it was Tuscan Grill. So it was the same menu as Tuscan Grill, but they change all of the names so that it's like the appetizers were foreplay, right? And then
swinging sides.
Yeah, like they came up with stuff like that, and then actual names of all the stuff was changed. It was really fun. And then they come around. Well, also at your table they have like feathers or some of these like nail things that you can kind of touch each other with, or mask, different stuff like that. And then the people from the dungeon that work there, the staff, come around. And, like, obviously it's all about consent. They say if you want to participate, you can. If you don't want to, perfect. Whatever you want to do. But then they do all these different things. Like, some people are getting flogged. We had a person use these nails on us. This person, these vampire gloves. It's a really cool experience. And even if you're not super into that, like, BDSM kink space, it's still a really cool experience just to kind of be, you know, open to that world and seeing what it's like. All the people who work in this, like all the staff there is so knowledgeable and so good about teaching and helping you learn and like exposing you to those things in like a really good way.
Safe way, yeah.
Yeah, and it was a really awesome dinner. We had such a good time. And
the food was so good.
The food was also so good.
We got so much food too. We each got a steak, we got pastas, and it's you pay one price, but you can order as much food as you want. Like one price per person, but you can order like multiple dishes if you want. And we ended up taking it home. Like actually, like we're like, can I take this to go? And you actually could. So they put it in a plate with a little cloche on it, and I ate it whenever we got back to our room.
Yeah, so that was
like at the end of the night.
A really cool experience. So highly recommend. And they also have different dinners. Like I know they had like a country hoedown dinner. We did not go to that one. But the fetish, I know they do every single cruise. They do a fetish dinner, and like people wear all their fetish outfits and stuff. So it is really cool. So I'd highly recommend the fetish dinner, at least to see if you like it at some point, because we'd never done it. And I didn't like. I'd heard it was cool, but I enjoyed it even more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I think it's definitely worth trying once, you know, and just see what it's like.
On our door, we always have a bingo, and we hadn't marked any of it off yet. And one of our friends came back to her, like it was a big group, and one of the girls started marking off her bingo, like on day 3, and she marked almost everything off. Like I think there was 3 squares left. It was like DP, airtight, and then make out in the hot tub. Yeah. And she was like, I am not getting in a hot tub. Like that was the one square that she would not do, was getting in a hot tub. Like the DP, airtight, no big deal, but the hot tub, that's where she draws the line. That's the boundary, which I just thought was so funny.
Okay, speaking of hot tub, actually, so I actually got in the hot tub this time. I don't usually get into the hot tubs. I don't know why and I got in the hot tubs in the daytime, in the sun. And I don't know, I was just like, I just feel like going in the hot tub. And so there was only one couple in there, and I went over. Usually it's really busy. When the hot tub is, you know, full, I really don't feel like going in. And then, like, it's just having everyone have to try to move so you can, like, get in. It is fun, but I'm just like, I don't want to deal with it. And so then when it was empty, I was like, you know, I'm going to go into the hot tub. And I even went into the pool a couple times to, like, cool off. And it's so fun. So I'm going to make a conscious effort to go into the hot tub and go into the pools more.
Well, just do more different things. We did the dance and play.
I know. This is
like a lot of stuff that was like very different than what we normally do, which I think helped make this cruise one of my favorites.
But so our friends Lay and Alina, who come on a lot of the cruises, we go on usually the same cruises a year, so we see them a lot on the cruises, and they their handle is Lay N, the letter N, Dare X on Instagram and Reddit and all of the other platforms. Twitter. And so they love the hot tub. Usually whenever we see them, they're typically in the hot tub, and we always give them not shit about it, but we're like, how are you guys in the hot tub in the daytime? It's so hot. Like we always say that. And then I was like, you know, I'm just gonna go in the hot tub, and I got in, and I was like, actually, this really isn't that bad, because it is hot, but actually once you get out of the hot tub, you feel cooler because the outside air is already hot. So it actually kind of feels better than just sitting out in the hot sun. Because you can get in and then you have the water on and then you can cool off with the water that was on you. Anyway, so I get into the hot tub and I'm thinking to myself, wow, Lay and Alina would be so proud. The second I get in there, I see Lay running across the pool deck, coming in and getting into the hot tub with me. And I was like, I literally was just thinking about you. And then he said that he was over there and he was like, is that Bella? And then had to run over. And I was like, getting in the hot tub is like a mating call for Lay. And it was
That's
so
just
funny.
kink. Hot tub.
No, yeah. Hot tub kink.
The funny thing is, the next story I was going to say is about Alina. So me and you will make candy bracelets, which are like the rave bracelets that you give out to people.
That have like words on it, yeah.
Yeah. And lots of time Alina makes them and has them too. And so I always give one to Alina. And we do like this little modified plur thing, like when you basically just you give it to the other person in a fun way. And I gave her one and she was like, oh no, I don't have any to give you. And then she had 3 hair ties on her wrist, and so she gave me one of her hair ties. And we kept it because I think it's sweet. And she was like, I don't have one. And then she
needed to use it actually.
Yeah.
I used it the next day.
Uh-huh. So shout out to them for her giving me that hair tie. You know, it's just I still have like the friendship bracelet from the cruise before that she gave me too. So just adding to the ever growing collection of bracelets from Alina. And then the last one we have written down was really funny. The day that we were in Cozumel, we were coming back onto the boat, and this guy comes up with his family. Like his wife and his kids are like a few steps away from him, but he comes up. He's like, hey, love your podcast. And I was just like kind of taken aback because like I see him and his family is right there. And Bella's like, yeah, this is Bliss Cruise. He's like, oh yeah, we know that was he was like, I think he said we were on Temptation Cruise or
he was just on Desire
something. Yeah. And he's like, I knew this boat was here. He's like, I just want to say I love your content. Or it was something along the lines of that, but I've never had someone say that when they're with their family before. So I was just so like, at first I was like, in my head I was like, does he think we're different people? Like, does he know what cruise this is? And this is like, but it was just, it was really funny.
That was funny.
But it was such a good cruise. And me and Bella talked back about it. And I think for me, it was my favorite cruise. I know I always say it. I always say this. I feel like those musicians who go on like, wow, Philadelphia, you're the loudest city yet. Austin, you're the loudest city yet. But this was, I think, my favorite Bliss ever. And I think for what made it, I think it's my favorite actual lifestyle cruise ever.
Really?
I think so. And I think what made it so good for me is the combination of things. And what I mean by that is we had like a really good core group of our friends there. We met a lot of new, really amazing people. Our group was so awesome. And that one happens every time, so I feel like that one, I mean, it's just always part of it, but we did we don't normally do excursions. And like, the excursion in Cozumel was literally one of my favorite excursions ever. We had like the new experiences, like with the dance and play, right? Then we had like our time that we spent like just doing stuff together, like watching the moon. Like there's so many memorable things, and it was such a drastic variety of things. Like I think about Temptation, the cruise before this, one of my favorite ones ever, right? But I feel like so much that made that fun was like just the group of people that we were around, and just like the people, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, all the cruise was awesome. Like that's what made that one so great. This one, I feel like there was such a combination of like I said, the new experiences plus the people plus this that like made it such a well-rounded feeling cruise to me. And I feel like when I think back, so many of these like really strong memories and highlights like pop out in my head. And so I think it's like my favorite one yet. And so to go on like 2 of my favorite cruises like within a month of each other or whatever it was, I feel like and they just keep getting better. And I feel like Bliss keeps getting better because I feel like they keep adding more stuff, and like, I don't know, our groups keep getting bigger and we keep meeting more people, and the lifestyle keeps just evolving and changing, and our journey changes and evolves, and I just like it keeps getting better.
I know.
And so I had an absolutely amazing time on this cruise. And once again, shout out to all the people who support us in all the different ways. And allow us to do this as a job. It doesn't feel like real life. I could not be more thankful that like this is what our life is. It literally is like the biggest gift. And so there you go. There are the highlights from Bliss Cruise April 2026. No more cruises for like 6 months.
I know, we're in a cruise dry spell.
Yeah, but we have a few other things going on, so we are really excited about all of that. But thank you guys for listening to that, and we'll go ahead and jump into Bella Jase's Weekly Obsession. Holy cow. That was crazy. Is that like delirium from packing?
Yeah. I think so. My first obsession is a book. We have a book club with some of our lifestyle friends, so it's really fun to be able to, chat about books. And like I said, we do so many wholesome things, but we're also so not wholesome. But most of the time we are so wholesome. And we read so many different books. And this month's book was Yesteryear by Carol Claire Clark? Carol Claire Burke. And I really enjoyed this book. Out of all of the books that we've read so far, this has been my favorite. And it is about a trad wife influencer who gets transported back to the 1800s and kind of figuring out what's going on with all of that. I recommend to not read the blurb because I always go into books pretty much just with a tiny premise, but I don't always read. Well, actually, I guess that's not true. But I did read the back. I read the blurb of this book afterwards, and I think that it gives away so much because the blurb almost goes over like the first third of the book. So I would say go into it just knowing that it's a trad wife influencer who gets transported back to the 1800s. And I keep thinking about it, and I finished it in just 2 days, and I really enjoyed it. So highly recommend.
I finished it yesterday.
Yeah, I was like, Jase, you need to finish it.
I listened to the whole book yesterday.
Yeah. Jason listens to books crazy fast. Like, I don't know, like, sometimes it's at 3 to 4 times the speed, and I'm like, that's wild. But it did get me through the moving, made it so much better. Because once I finished it, I'm like, I have nothing else to listen to right now. Which I can find another book, but I would listen to some other ones. I'm not really that interested. But I love anything that has to do with, like, cults. And I find the whole trad wife thing very interesting. And there was bits and pieces of, not Ruby Frankie Paul. I'm moving them. Ruby Frank, is that her name? Now I'm getting them all mixed up. But like it feels like Ballerina Farm with Ruby Frankie. I'm pretty sure that's her name. And then Taylor Frankie Paul. Like kind of like all three of those put together is this book almost. So yeah, highly recommend. And you liked it too.
I did like it. It was the trad wife thing and the cults and all that kind of stuff. It's not like. It doesn't like pique my fancy as much as it does for you, but I just really enjoyed the book. It felt a little slow to me. Like I didn't feel like I loved the writing. I loved the writing and like how she described stuff. I think she was funny, but like it wasn't like a page turner feeling for me. But then once it got to the end and like it all kind of like you saw what was happening and like all of like the twists and turns were revealed, it made me like the book a lot. And so I did enjoy it. Just I don't think I enjoyed it quite as much as you did.
And then my other obsession is the movie Michael. Oh, that movie was so good. 5 stars. 5 stars? 4.5 stars. I don't think it's a 5-star for me just because, but I mean, like, I wouldn't change anything about it, but it didn't necessarily, like, change my life like I did with Project Hail Mary. Now, Project Hail Mary for me is a 5. But, I mean, incredible movie. And I didn't know that the main actor who plays Michael is actually Michael Jackson's nephew, and I think that that's really, really cool and incredible movie. So highly recommend.
I feel like I didn't know anything about Michael Jackson. Like I feel like I don't know. Like I mean, I obviously heard Michael Jackson's music, but
like his background and upbringing and
he's one of the most famous person of all time. So, but I feel like I just didn't really know anything, and it was really well done. And yeah, like the little kid who played him as a kid was crazy talented. Yeah, it was a good movie.
I remember always watching it on BET would always play this Michael Jackson movie, and it was always like, it still to this day is like ingrained in my brain. So it was really fun to watch it like this time too. Anyways.
I don't think I saw that one, but this one was good. So I have two. One, there's this artist I really love. Her name's Katie Baser, and she's a British artist and like a music artist. And I think she's so talented. And she has a new song called Holiday Song, and I love it. It's so summery. It feels like, what year is that? 2016, like a summer, like 10 years ago. And it's just upbeat and like, I just love it. I'd highly recommend listening to it. I said it's called Holiday Song, and it brings me a lot of joy.
Don't watch the music video though, because the music video is really weird.
It's not good.
Yeah,
it's
just listen to the song.
Yeah, the song's great though. And then there's another song that, okay, so I've been listening to Sienna Spiro a decent amount, and then I saw that she put out a song. She's like, this is my only like more upbeat happy song, and it was in the Devil Wears Prada movie, Devil Wears Prada 2, which also was a really great movie. I really enjoyed Devil Wears Prada 2. But there's a song called Material Lover by Sienna Spiro, and it's from that movie or from that soundtrack, and I love the song. I just think I love her voice. I feel like she's, who do we say? It's like Amy Winehouse-y and
Lola Tongue a little bit.
Yeah, not Lola Tongue.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, sorry. Lola
Young?
Lola Young.
Yeah. So Lola Tongue is what?
Somewhere I Turn Pretty.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just such a cool sound. And so Material Level by Sienna Spiro is my other weekly obsession. But thank you guys so much for going back and reliving these highlights with us and listening to these obsessions if you made it this far. And we'll go ahead and we'll hit you guys with the outro. Bye!
If you'd like to support the show, you can leave us a 5-star review wherever you're listening to our podcast. All our information will be listed in the show notes below and on our website, fourplay.com. That's number 4, OURPLAY.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel where we make videos and vlogs about the swinging lifestyle. Head to fourplay.com/YouTube to watch and subscribe. We have the ultimate adult party game for the sexually inclined called Foreplay the Game that's both digital and physical. It's perfect for breaking the ice and spicing up any party. You can find more information at foreplay.com/games. We also have the best swinger lifestyle, kinky, and adult humor clothing and accessories that you can find at foreplay.com/shop. If you're looking to plan a lifestyle destination, booking through our links at foreplay.com/travel really helps support the show and helps us be able to continue to create this type of content for you. We're on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and more. You can find all our current social media accounts at foreplay.com/socials, and I have an OnlyFans which you can find at onlyfans.com/BellaLunaVIP. We also have a Facebook group and Discord community and would love for you to join us. You can find the direct links in the show notes below. Lastly, we're on STC and Cassidy at Foreplay, and you can get a free full membership trial by using our link. You can email us at hello@foreplay.com with any questions or comments, or head to foreplay.com/ask. Again, all our information will be listed in the show notes below, and we thank you so much for listening to our podcast. See you in the next one. Bye!